Welcome back. So, The Giant Falls had all the ingredients for a powerful emotional drama, but somehow it never quite reaches the impact it promises. Directed by Marcos, this Argentinian Netflix film centers on Boris, a tour guide who spends his day leading visitors through the breathtaking Iguzua Falls. It's a fitting backdrop, massive, beautiful, and emotionally overwhelming. But Boris himself, he is anything but at peace. His life has been shaped by abandonment. His father Julian walked out on him 30 years ago, and now suddenly he's back. Not with answer, but with expectation of a second chance. And that's where the film sets up its central question. Is this story about forgiveness or something more complicated? At first, the film pulls you in. There's quite tension in Boris' character, mix of anger, confusion, and unresolved pain. Matthias Mayer does a solid job portraying that emotional weight, even when the script doesn't give him enough room to fully explore it. Oscar Martinez as as the father Julian is equally compelling, playing him both as charming and frustratingly selfish, and that's part of the problem. The film seems unsure of how it wants you to feel about him. At times, it pushes you to sympathize with Julian, but his past actions make that difficult. The emotional conflict could have been the film's strongest element, but instead, it feels underdeveloped. And that's really the core issue with the Giant Force. It plays things too safe. The story leans heavily on the familiar absent father returns trope, but never digs deep enough to make it feel fresh or truly impactful. Even during moments of conflict, it often feels like the film is just skimming through the surface rather than exploring the emotional complexity beneath. There are supporting characters who try to add balance. Ines brings a sense of calm and perspective, someone who has made peace with the past, in contrast to Boris. Joanna, though small, gives us a glimpse into Boris' present life and what he stands to lose. There's even a slight humor sprinkled in, but none of it fully lands the way it should. The writing is where things really fall apart. Many of the emotional moments feels forced, like the film is trying too hard to make you feel something. Instead of letting those emotions come naturally, some plot points feel more like a shock tactics than meaningful development. And then there's the pacing. Despite its relatively short runtime, the film feels uneven. Certain scenes drag on longer than necessary, while others rush through moments that actually needed more depth. As a result, it becomes hard to fully invest in the characters or their journey. That said, the film isn't without its strength. There are glimpses, especially in the quieter scenes between Boris and Julian, where you can see the movie it could have been. The cinematography, particularly around Iguazua Falls, adds a visual richness that contrasts nicely with the emotional tension. But those moments are just that glimpses. In the end, Giant Falls is a film with a strong premise and decent performances, but an execution that never quite matches its ambition. It wants to be a moving story about forgiveness, regret, and second chances, but instead it ends up feeling like another familiar father son drama, one that looks bigger than it actually feels. Thank you for watching. Bye.